So hello, we are going to start today's lesson with setting up Windows 2019 as well as examine some of the important features of Windows 2019. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to turn on HyperV functionality. So to do that, we need to turn on Windows features. For this, log in into your Windows machine and go to Turn Windows features on and off. Over here, select Hyper-V to turn on Windows features on and off. Once you have done that, restart your machine and you should be able to log in and use Hyper-V. After you have gone ahead and activated Hyper-V, access Hyper-V by first going into the run command prompt. So go to run. There, type in word mgmt.msc. This will open the Hyper-V manager for you. I repeat, type virt mgmt.msc to open the Hyper-V. In Hyper-V, go to the Windows Switch Manager. So click on the Windows Switch Manager. There, look at the external virtual switch. Select external virtual switch and select Create Virtual Switch. If you notice, you are going to change the default name from New Virtual Switch to External Virtual Switch, right? And click OK. As you can see, the moment we select this, Hyper-V will start sharing the connection from the main machine. So you may temporarily lose connectivity, but that's okay because we are going to install Nested Virtualization shortly. Click Yes and apply all the networking changes to complete your virtual switch setup. Once the new virtual switch is set up, you are now going to start creating a new machine. Now to do that, we are going to go to the browser. Go to Windows Server 2019, Microsoft Evaluation Center. There, go to the Download the ISO section. Here, put in the details which are required for your trial. And now choose the ISO that you wish. We are going to use the 64-bit ISO edition. So click on the 64-bit edition ISO. So now it looks like we have been able to download our machine. What we are going to do now is go back to our hypervisor. In the hypervisor, we are going to right click, then go to new, go to virtual machine. Click on next. Then we are going to give the name of this virtual machine as Windows Server 2019. Next, we are going to select this as a generation 2 machine. And next, instead of 4096, I will put 12288 MB of memory and remove the dynamic memory for this machine. Then I will click next. In the configure network, I will select the external virtual switch. Then I will click next. At the connect hard disk, I will go ahead and look at the option 2. So this is the, I will continue to keep the 127 GB option, all right, which is the one that I will select. Click next. Here I will select the bootable image for which I will go into the downloads and select the ISO. Then I will again click next. Here you can see this is the final image of the properties using which I will install the Windows Server 2019. Finish. All right. Let us, so once the installation is complete, I will go ahead and I will go back into the HyperV settings. So just give me a minute. And there, under the keyboard section, I will change this to use the physical computer. Okay. And click on OK. And now I will right click and click on connect. Let us now go ahead and set up our Windows Server 2019. Let me start. When I click on connect, this will open a remote desktop connection to my virtual machine. It is saying press any key to boot, and I will press the key to boot. Press the key to boot. Oh, it's not. Sorry. Oh my God. I think I pressed the key to boot, but it is still taking its time. You know what? I'm just going to turn it off very quickly, okay? And I'm going to start this again because I believe I didn't do it properly. I'm going to connect this again. Click on start. And then I'm going to, yeah, I was supposed to click very quickly, which I didn't. So here you go. I was supposed to click quickly and then boot it from here. So excellent. I'm going to click on next here, and then I'm going to click on install now. Now I will select Windows Server 2019 Data Center Evaluation, Desktop Experience, and then click Next. accept all the terms and conditions. Next. And now I will go to custom, install Windows only advanced. I think already the 127 GB is selected. I'm going to click on next. And there you can see the Windows machine is getting set up now. We're almost done, just installing the last few updates. And I will click on restart now. Oh, all right, almost there. All right, let's just give it 1 or 2 more minutes because I can see there is no CPU utilization, so maybe it is still doing something. All right, let me go ahead and let me shut it down and restart again. Maybe that may have an impact. So I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to connect again just to see if it runs. All right, so let us now go ahead and put in the passwords. Okay, so I put in a password over there. Maybe I can just remove this. Okay. All right, looks good. And I'm going to finish it now. And the good thing is, I think we are ready to begin. I'm going to say OK. And I need to now enter my password. I'm going to say, all right, so first I'm going to say, yes, I want it to be discoverable on the network. I'm going to say cancel because I didn't do anything much. I'm going to say, don't show me this message again. And I'm going to close this up. So with this, we have gone ahead and we have set up our own Windows Server 2019 on our own machine. And we are going to explore multiple different sets of functionality on our machine from here. I'm going to close this. I'm going to shut it down now. So for that, I will go here and shut down. Let's say, and my machine is now completely shut down. Now I will go to, so I'll right click over here and I will go to PowerShell. Okay, maybe let me go to PowerShell. And here I will run it as administrator. So I need to be the administrator and there I need to run this here. Please note the commands that we need to run. So we will do set VM processor, VM name. (2019), and we are going to expose virtualization. Extensions to this. I'm going to press enter, and now virtualization should be exposed. I will also make sure that the adapter is shared. All right, so there's a special functionality called MAC address spoofing on. This will allow you to have MAC address spoofing for your for your Hyper-V virtual machine, and I will actually apply it shortly. All right, so those are the two functionalities that I will go ahead and I will use. Now let's go back into our Windows Server 2019. I'm just gonna log in into the machine. And all right. All right. I'm going to first go to the local server. Then I'm going to go ahead and just check. So you can see there's a product ID activated. The time is okay. Then on the server manager properties, let me see. I think let me go to private on. I will click on the domain network. And I'm gonna look. All right. All right. I'll go back. Click on the private network. Well, it's outside the scope of this. Switch it off. And the public network. Switch it off. Then I will go to the IPv4 addressing. I can see the status. I will go to the details. And it looks like I'm assigned a IP version 4 as well as an IP version 6 address via the DHCP. I need to note down this configuration. So let me use a snipping tool and just note this information down. I'm going to close it. I'm going to right click, go to the properties, IP version 4. Click on the property. Go to obtain these IP addresses. Use the following IP address. Then let me just see. I think I will use the same one. So okay. Go to IP version 6. Use the following IP. I don't see anything now. Okay, so let me just leave it. I don't think there is anything for IP version 4. Then in the computer name, I'm going to click on change. And there I'm going to put it server SA. Click on OK. And it is asking me to restart my machine. I will just do that. I will do OK. Close and restart now. Then I will go to the local server, and it is already activated for me, so nothing to worry. I will go to Internet Explorer. Still enabling so that Let me do. Let it just install and we'll just wait for it. All right, and let me then, that's it. I think that's the only thing we need. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this, and there I'm going to, let me keep it as is. All right, let us now go ahead and do some further minor configuration changes to this. All right. So okay, let me go back and let me just quickly connect and put in my password. Now events, services, and lots of services are running. Best practice analyzer and performance. You can see tasks and you can see you can configure. So let me say configure performance alerts, and it is showing me some things that I can do. All right. Similarly, let me go back in and let me look at the events. I can say configure event data and I can select informational. And then I can say, okay, oh yeah, lots of informational type of errors will be flashed. Let's go to tools, or let's go to manage, and let me go to add rules and features. I'm going to skip this page by default. Click next. I'm going to select the default, which is role based. Click next. And I'm going to click next again. And there we are going to first set up the DHCP server. So I will select the DHCP server here, add the default features, and then click next. In the features, I'm also going to select the telnet client. Then click next. So at the DHCP, I think this is fine. Click next. And then let me install. I am going to now, so once this is done, I think I'm going to close this. And you can see on top here, it is asking me to complete the configuration. So I will click here and then I will complete the DHCP configuration. There, I need to press on the commit button and then close. Now, if you notice, there is a new role on the left-hand side, which is called DHCP. I'm going to click on it. In the best practice analyzer, I will click on the tasks and then click on start a BPA scan. And then I will start the scan. And you can see there are some things that have been identified. All right, so it appears that, so we can see that there was some warning. And then, of course, one error. Don't worry, as we proceed ahead, we will be in a position to fix all of these errors. Let me go on top. As you can see in the services, this is actually running the DHCP service here. If you notice in the tasks, I can refresh this. Also, actually, I can right click on this and can you see I can stop my service also. Okay. All right. So let's actually stop it and see what happens. I'm going to stop the service. And you can see there is a blue bar that is just ran. And now you can see that the service is stopped. In fact, if I now go and I refresh this. Okay, it is just showing stopped. In the best practice analyzer, let me actually just right click and let me exclude this result. And then let me refresh. All right, and it appears that, all right, so this looks like the refresh. So the refresh is taking place. Right. All right, so let's just wait. All right, then I'm going to click on manage. I'm going to create a server group. No, first let me go and let me add servers. Okay. So if I have other servers like DNS and import and Active Directory, I can add them here. I just have one server right now, but I can also go and I can create a server group. Right now I just have one. So let me just add this into one. And put here. Server group name, let me call it, let me call it, I don't know. Let me just call it maybe, say, for example, this server is managing building A. Building number 1. All right. So let me say this is the Active Directory server for building 1. All right. Okay. And I think this is okay. All right, so now I can see building one, and then as and when more servers are added, I can go ahead and I can use them. In fact, I can right click and, oh, Windows PowerShell is also available. I can actually use it as an administrator console. Okay, and let me go to tools. Let me go to manage. There is server manager properties. Let me just click on and let me do OK. All right, so these are some of the deep settings that I have gone ahead and I have done. All right, now while this is open, we are going to set up another very important feature. I'm going to just say, I don't know more. What is this? Got it. I'm going to put a link here. This is called HTTPS aka .ms Windows Admin Center. All right, so I'm going to click enter. Just going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm actually going to make this very bigger. All right, so you can see over here, this is my Windows Admin Center. I would recommend read a little bit about it. And now I will go to download the Windows Admin Center. So I will click on this. Okay, so it is saying download now. I'm going to click on download now. And I can see it is done. All right, so I'm just going to open the folder for this. So previously I had installed Chrome. Now this is my Windows Admin Center. I will double click on it. All right, now here I will first go ahead and I will accept the terms in the license. Then I'm going to click on next. Now here so there are two things. One is require the diagnostic data. So you can see over here, or they are saying required and optional diagnostic data. I don't have any option. So even if I go back, you can see I've accepted the terms and conditions. So I don't need to allow for the required one. Optional one I can leave out. I'm going to click on next. And it is offering, use the Microsoft update. I'm going to click on next. Say install on Windows Server. So use the gateway to enable multiple access, etc. This is the trial. All right, so I'm going to still click on next. And here, if you notice, the installation program can generate a self-signed encryption certificate if you want to. All right, so it will actually, so it is saying installing the Windows Admin Center. I'm going to click next, but here, can you see that there is an installation program? All right, but I'm going to click on next, and it is saying it will generate a self-signed certificate. Okay, so it is going to do that for me on port number 443. I'm going to install it. Let us just wait for it to finish. Another just few minutes to set it up. Now, if you notice, our PC is now ready to connect. And this is the URL that we are going to use. I'm going to click on it. Oh dear. Just going to cancel this. This is not how I wanted it to be. It needs to open in Google Chrome. All right. So I'm going to click on, just doesn't copy. Okay. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Move to my Chrome screen. There I'm going to put 443. I'm going to put enter. Now it is asking me for my username and password. All right, so I will put in all right. And if you notice, this is opened the Windows Admin Center. Okay. Okay. It requires a computer reboot. Okay. All right. And of course, you can read a little bit more about it. I'm going to say okay. All right. And okay, so it's updating some extensions. Let us just give it a few minutes so that it can install the different kinds of things it needs to install so that I can manage my Windows server properly. All right. So now it looks like the Windows Server 2019 has been properly installed. All right. Now let us go ahead. So this is good. Now that our Windows Server 2019 is properly installed, let us go ahead and let us try out a couple of things. Okay. So one of the things that we are going to do is, so let me go ahead and let me put it here. So you can see there is Windows Server SA. So I can add servers if I wanted to, but that's fine. Let me just select it. Now I can actually go ahead and connect to it. It will show me the details of the computer name. So I think you remember we changed it to Server SA. Look at the operating system version. It will start providing me the details on the status, overview of the different memory, CPU, as well as the Ethernet utilization. All right, let me just go back once more. I wanted to show you one more thing. I'm going to select the name here, and here I can also change some tags. And using these tags, I can do some querying. So I'm going to go to Edit tag. And let me put Add a tag. I'm going to put 2019 host. All right, so the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that the host is properly set up. All right, so I will put in Windows 2019 host just so that the host is properly set up. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and save it here. And I can also query it at a later time. I can also click on connect. And it is actually going to go ahead and I can do lots and lots of things with it. Okay, so this is one of the things that I can do. And you can see on the left-hand side, there are a couple of options. Okay. Multiple other different kinds of options are there. I can manage the updates. The settings. Within the settings, I can see the environmental variables. So I can see all the environmental variables as well as the configuration of those environmental variables. Okay. I can click on the power configuration, and there I can select save from balance to high performance. I will save it here, and these changes that I'm making here will be applied on the machine that I want to use. Then I will go to devices. So you can see that there are enabled. If I wish, I can actually go ahead and I can choose to disable any of the devices, by the way. Okay. So any device that I don't want to use, I can actually select on it. I can look at the driver details. I can look at the details. Okay. All right. Look at the information pertaining to these. And I can disable a device as well as update a driver based on my requirements. I can go to the network. Processors, etc. Let me go to networks. Sorry. And I can note down the IP address, etc. for this particular machine. All right. So I can note down all the IP addresses, all the related information of this machine, as well as related things that need discussion. So both of these we can go ahead and we can do. All right. Now, next, let us go ahead and let us go to, so I think this is okay. Okay, okay, this is actually the PowerShell scripts pane, etc. I think I can also go ahead and show you this. Okay. Oh yeah, I can also go to registry. And here I can expand the different keys. I can actually add, delete, or modify the keys if I wanted to. All right, so I have different types of activities I can go ahead and I can have. Right, so add a value. Oh, all of these. So say, for example, here I can go ahead and I can add a value or I can modify a value if I wanted to. So if I select this value, I can actually modify or delete this value also from here. All right, let me minimize this, I'm gonna just finish this. As a part of this machine, I can, okay, I can also go to the control panel. It is here, right? So if I right click and I go to here, where is the control? Okay, let me type to go to the control panel. Okay. All right, so I can go to the control panel, navigate to the system and security. I'll make it a little bigger. Go to the system and I can go to the advanced system settings. In the advanced tab, you can see the different things. Let me go to advanced system settings. Let me go to the settings of performance. Let me go to advanced. And in the process scheduling, you can see the adjust the performance for. Let me change this size. So they've already done it automatically. Okay. Well, what about data execution? So this is the location of the memory dump file. All right. And you can go ahead and you can make a note over here. Okay. Then I have the environmental variables. If I wanted, I can make a new one if needed, etc. Okay. So that we have just observed, right? So we can make some changes over here if we wanted to. Okay. All right. So I believe then this is something that we can. All right. So let me go ahead and let me cancel this now. I think this is okay. I'm going to close this from here. And we can also go ahead and stop this here for sure.